Okay, good day to everybody. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Thanks for being here. You know, in yesterday's video, I said that I never want to get too high because even though I was a bit optimistic going into the game because, you know, we couldn't deal with the disappointment. But, yo, people, I swear to God, I never see this at all, you know, people. Where the second half they come from? Where the second half they come from? If you had told me before the game that the Reggae Boyz would have scored 3 goals at Beamer Field, boy, me that tell us, me that run you, me that tell us to get out of here. If you had told me that the Reggae Boyz would have scored 3 goals in the second half alone at Beamer Field, my Wassa would have run you and tell us to get the hell out of here. Seeing, if you would have told me that the Reggae Boyz would have conceded first, because we all know what happens, especially when a team concedes first, you know, a lot of things, you know, the game changes to a certain extent. And for a number of reasons, if you told me that the Reggae Boyz would have conceded first and still gone on to have won that game, may I tell you forget, yo, may I tell you forget the hell up out of here. That second half is the craziest second half. It's the craziest half of football I've ever seen the Reggae Boyz play. I can't remember a crazy half of football. As a matter of fact, the entire game is probably, from what I can remember off the top of my head right now, the craziest game of football I've ever seen. The craziest game rather of football I've ever seen the Reggae Boyz play. The game was a crazy game. At the end of the first half, I did cuss dog rotten, vex, upset, hungry with what me have seen of people. I mean, the Reggae Boyz were all over the place in the first half. All over the place in the first half. Disorganized, not tracking runs, can't deal with the intensity of the Canadians, you know, Canadian runners. I mean, they were just all over us, disorganized, and we're just all over the place. You know, Latibo Deer in the middle of the park. Latibo Deer a baller, you know, but I think it's becoming more and more clear that he's not a number 6. See, I mean, him could have easily, if he was a proper number 6, that passing channel, that pass that was made from the central channel out wide or out into the left half space, you know, if he was a proper CDM, he would have known, say, oh, his positional play, you know, that's not where he should have been, and that passing channel should not have been open. You know, I mean, we were just out of sorts in the first half, especially in defensive transition, right? Going forward, you know, we didn't do too badly. I could see some patterns of play. You know, we were building up and getting into the opponent's half. We weren't really being penetrative, but you know, I never like so whenever did I do nothing in a build-up, but defensive transition we were exceptionally poor. And you know, Andre Blake came up with some big saves that kept us in it as well, some huge saves. Seeing then second half came and you know, just a different half of football entirely, right? The change was made to take out Latibo Deer and put in Damian Nanalo in the middle of the park, and you know, hence we saw the return of Kante Lowe. People, one of the craziest halves of football, probably the craziest half of football I've ever seen involving the Reggae Boyz. I mean, Nanalo just dominated the middle of the park. Dominated the middle of the park. We just took control of the game at that point in time, and Nanalo was just dominant, man, and it served as a catalyst, you know, winning those balls in the midfield and making those interceptions, those tackles with Nanalo flinging at the thing and just shake up the middle, and Canada were clearly shaking, right? I thought the substitute from the gaffer was spot on from a substitution standpoint, I think this was also the Gaffer's best game. You know, the Nana Lowe substitution, you know, the substitution at right back, moving Limbikis over to left back, you know, putting Tavan Gray at right back, you know, was a brilliant substitution because it got to the point where Alphonso Davies was running circles around Dexter Limbikisa. If you're watching Limbikisa closely, for the most part, I think he dealt well, reasonably well, with Alphonso Davies over both legs, especially given the fact that he has probably never gone up against a player the likes of Alphonso Davies in his very short professional career. He's only, if I'm not mistaken, he's still only 19. Only went pro at the beginning of the season this year. But he really started to struggle in the second half against Alphonso Davies. So that was a brilliant substitution, bringing in Gray and moving him over to the left. And I think Greg Lay was starting to struggle a bit as well. The substitutions were brilliant, you know, bringing on Deshaun Bernard and stuff like that, man. But not gonna lie to you, it's not all praise from the Gaffer in this one, you know, because when he admitted at halftime, one thing with that Gaffer, in the ram for tell the truth as how he sees it, you know, or as to how it happens. It's not all praise for the Gaffer, though. I'm very disappointed with his statement about, you know, them deciding to go gung-ho and press was the player's decision. I'm not comfortable with that statement there at all. For starters, I mean, look, I don't have any experience in a professional dressing room, seen, but I never know how things work. Players making decisions now, I thought that was the prerogative of the manager. Players making like decisions on how the team plays. I never know so that was a player's decision to make. I thought that was a manager's decision to make. I was going to praise him and say, yo, to flip the game on its head the way how you did by engaging in the press that the team played was just brilliant on the part of the Gaffer and work to a T. But to hear that it wasn't his decision to make, so I can't give him the credit for that tactical master stroke, you know, involving the press and involving Damian Nana Lowe higher up in the team on the press. I can't give him credit for that one. And two, I never know say players are make decisions on how the team play now. As I say, I don't have any experience in a professional dressing room, but I never know say I saw it work, for be honest with you. So I'm a bit disappointed to hear that, you know, I can't sit here and give the Gaffer credit for that, right? People are going to say I'm miserable and people are going to say negativity, you know, because it's not all praise in this video. It's whatever. You know, I call it how I see it and I say it how I see it. And I have to be objective and I have to remove emotions from the picture and look at it from an objective standpoint and critically analyze. Seeing? So I was readying up to give the Gaffer credit and praise in this video. And then I watched the press conference with him admitting that it was not his decision. I mean, credit to him, I guess he sat by and allowed it to so he wasn't in disagreement with it. But the mere fact that that was not his initiative, I'm a little bit disappointed in that. But all in all, though, I could get back on the positive side of things because people, I'm not telling a lie, man, I wake up the neighborhood last night, man. The Reggae Boyz are on their way to the semifinals of the Concacaf Nations League. And they're on their way to the Copa America. Whenever, I mean, Canada still can get there. They have to go through the playoffs. Whenever even there are Meds in the playoffs because we want to qualify straight, you know. I can't believe that the boys actually went to BMO Field and got it done. Shamar, Boza, Nicholson, brilliant. Got the chances, put them away. Boza, Shamar, Nicholson, clinical. That is not something that we often accuse Boyz of being, you know. But he was clinical. 2 big goals. I'm telling us, so we can't do without them, alright, Gray. Leon Bailey never do too badly, you know. But can't get the, you know, you have to put the ball in the back of the net. You can't get them chances over the 2 legs them and not bury them, Bailey. Chippy, come on, man. You know, for the most part, I think the team played very well, man. With the exception of probably a Latibodier. Right? Look, Latibodier get a pass because he really a play out a position and him do a service to the team. Seeing, you know, as I said, defensive transition poor in the first half, but the team just took charge and took control of the game in the second half, man. And for the team I got Copa America, man, is a good look. It's a good look. And for the team I got semi-finals of the Nations League for the first time, is a good look. Trust me, man, I wake up the neighborhood last night. That's when Boza stitch up the back of the net, rattle the net with a second goal. People, I'm not gonna lie to you. If people in a neighborhood did asleep, man, I tell us I'm wake them up. Pure nights. Pure nights. Trust me, man, it was a wonderful feeling. It was a, I don't know. It was, yo, that match there, man, that match they're not good for the heart, you know, man. I look it's so hard the week, you know, people. Man, a week out today, if you heart the week, you know, that game there, man, you're struggling, you know, man. I swear. People, when you think about the Demarai Gray red card, I think you're not wrong, you know, people. I think you're not wrong. I think Demarai Gray was trying to game manage and did a poor job at game managing. Somebody need to teach Demarai Gray how to game manage and game manage properly. See? And by the way, credit to the when we went the man down, credit to the team getting behind the ball and keeping out the Canadians. They did very well where that was concerned as well. Obviously, the Canadians never even looked like they were going to score, and they didn't. See? And then, as I said, the changes by the manager as well. Give you guys the starting lineup very quickly. Limbekisa right back. Nana Lowe and Pinnock started as the centre backs. Greg Lay left back. You know, Deckard over Reed, Daniel Johnson, Joel Latibodier, Demarai Gray in the midfield, and Leon Bailey and Shamar Nicholson as well. And the substitutions. The substitutions were Hector came on in the second half, was put at centre back. Nana Lowe was moved into the midfield. And then the other substitutions were Leon Bailey out, Deshaun Bernard in, Tavan Gray in, Greg Lay out, and that was basically that. The substitutions, especially the latter two, came a little bit too late for my liking. Seeing, could have been made a little bit earlier, but we're not going to cuss too much on that because they weren't too late, to be fair. Right? Knock up the likes button, subscribe, and share. Static, really and truly. The Reggae Boyz are off to the Copa America. Crazy, man. If you had told me that Canada would have scored 2 goals at BMO Field in this second leg, and we still would have get to Copa America, we still would have get to the semifinals, we'd have run you. Nothing can go so. Seeing, but the boys did it. Knock up the likes button, subscribe, and share. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Come back, complete the return of Kante Lowe. Kante Lowe. Remember that Serbia game there? I wouldn't be surprised if we see Kante Lowe more in the middle of the park going forward. Seeing? Very good performance and memorable 3-2 victory for the Reggae Boyz. Cool. Happy for see it, man. Happy for see it.